Hey, how are you? Today, I have another EDH deck tech for you. This is another one of my personal favorites, brewed by yours truly. Enemy, Death Aspect, is a mass graveyard recursion / combo deck. You could also consider this deck to be aggro. This deck is very budget friendly. I originally purchased the cards in the deck for around $18. It was mainly the spirits. This deck is not fully optimized, but I have started to upgrade the deck with cards from my collection over the past 6 months, and I'm now happy to share the deck with you guys. So there's probably around 15 to 20 cards that I know about that I would like to get down the road for this deck. But anyway, let's get started. So here is the commander. Enemy, Death Aspect. 4 of any color, black, legendary creature spirit, from Champions of Kamigawa. When enemy, Death Aspect, comes into play, you may search your library for any number of spirit cards and put them into your graveyard. If you do, shuffle your library. Enemy reveals in sadistic glee at the crushing of souls, but soon mourns the lives so cruelly cut short. So the cycle begins anew. Power and toughness 4/4, and that's that. Now, if for some reason you do not want to watch the video, you are more than welcome to check out the deck list in the description below. Also, at any point in time, if you would like to pause the video to read a card, you may do so. I'm trying to keep this video under 10 minutes, or at around 10 minutes. Alright, so let's get started. So, I believe I'm running 36 spirits currently, and a couple other creatures. So, let's start there. So, we have Baleful Eidolon. We have Bloodline Pretender. We have Pestilent Spirit. We have Thief of Hope. We have Farbog Revenant. We have Searchlight Geist. We have Moonglove Changeling. We have Lost Legion. We have Cryptghast. Vampire Revenant. Lingering Tormentor. We have Gibbering Kami. We have Graveshifter. Infernal Curran. Sorry. We have Keening Banshee. We have a Howling Banshee. We have Akuta, Born of Ash. Alright, that's for the first half of the pile. I had to break it up, it's a little big. Alright. So for the next set of spirits, we have He Who Hungers. Kamori Ona. We have a Bellowing Fiend. We have Shizo's Caretaker. We have Yargle, Glutton of Urborg. We have Kagimato, First to Suffer. We have Banshee of the Dread Choir. We have Entropic Spectre. We have Morkrut Banshee. We have Ninja of the New Moon. We have Crawling Filth. We have Dread Rider. We have Kyoki, Sanity's Eclipse. We have Kami of Lunacy. We have Gravewalker. We have Midnight Banshee. We have Patron of the Nazumai. We have Spirit of the Night. And last but not least of the spirits, we have Kuro, Pit Lord, Demon Spirit. Alright. Let's put that here. Alright, what is next? So, we're going to start out with the small ramp package next. So, we have a very important one here. We have Songs of the Damned. 1 black, add 1 black mana to your mana pool for each creature in your graveyard. Not wind, but the breath of the dead. Alright, we have a dark ritual. Don't leave home without it, kids. We have a soul ring. Alright. We have an arcane signet. Okay. And we have a charcoal diamond for the ramp package. As I said before, very small ramp package. Alright. Next, we'll start with the tutors. There is quite a bit of tutors. I don't even think I count them, but I think there's probably 11 in here, last I checked. So, we have Vampiric Tutor. I understand not budget friendly. I've just recently added it, if you've, Alright, we have Mausoleum Secrets. Alright. We have Grim Tutor. We have Masterminds Acquisition. We have Diabolic Tutor. We have Increasing Ambition. We have Coveted Prize. We have Demonic Collusion. We have Dark Petition. We have Final Parting. Razaketh's Right. And that's the tutors. Alright. Let's put that right about there. Alright. And then, for whatever reason, I'm running 1 greed for some card draw. Like I said, not fully optimized. Alright, and then we have the Mass Graveyard Recursion. Definitely needs a little work, but it still does its thing. So I have Living Death as the first one. And then we have Twilight's Call. Now, originally I built this on a very tight budget, so that's why there's not things like Balthor the Defiled here and stuff like that. So that's that. Alright. And so next we have the combos, etc. So the first one we have is Grey Merchant of Asphotel. So how this works, you're generally going to tutor down to at least 1 tutor. You're gonna mulligan until you have a tutor in hand. So as soon as you can, you're going to play your commander, Enemy Death Aspect. You're going to take every spirit in the deck and put it into the graveyard. You are then going to hopefully have some graveyard recursion or another tutor for it. Also, one of the ones I tutor for is the Song of the Damned. That's one also I get, so you get a lot of mana. So then you're going to want to recur all the creatures from the graveyard. And then you will play Grey Merchant of Asphotel, likely killing everyone. Last I checked, the devotion was 60-something, 67 or something like that. I've since taken about 3 creatures out, so it's probably a little smaller. It's still probably around 60 damage to everybody. You gain 60 life. So that is one of the major combos. So then, we have Vidalcan Ori. Recently got this. There's a couple combos in the deck that you would kind of want to do in a sneaky manner. So Vidalcan Ori would be one of the pieces you would want to get for these next combos. So this one would be one of those combos. So you play, say last turn you played Enemy Death Aspect, and in the following turn you have Vidalcan Ori on the field, and at the end step before your turn, you will graveyard recur all your creatures so they come back with haste. You will then play Throne of the God Pharaoh on your turn with your hasty creatures, and then attack everybody with said creatures. If anybody survives, Throne of the God Pharaoh will finish them off. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses life equal to the number of tapped creatures you control. That will kill everybody else. And we have this one, which is another option. You got to keep your options open with this deck. So then we have Mortal Kombat. At the beginning of your upkeep, if 20 or more creature cards are in the graveyard, you win the game. So basically, you want to in-name Death Aspect on your last turn, and then hope you have Vidalcan Ori on the field through tutors. And hopefully this is in your hand, so at your opponent's end step before your turn, you will play Mortal Kombat. And then at the beginning of upkeep, you will win the game. Alright. And then we also have this one. This one, we have Sir Conrad the Grim. Whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves your graveyard, Sir Conrad the Grim deals 1 damage to each opponent. So this works one of 2 ways. So you play Sir Conrad the Grim, and then you play enemy Death Aspect. So when your 36 spirits or so, 35, 34, whatever it is, hits the graveyard from your library, it'll deal 1 damage to each opponent for each of those creatures. And then, let's see, I believe you can do more damage. So whenever another creature dies or a creature card is put in the graveyard from anywhere, or a creature card leaves your graveyard. So then when you recur them, I also believe you will do that 34 damage again. So say you use your mass graveyard recursion, if you hadn't killed already everyone from the enemy Death Aspect, putting all the spirits in the graveyard. So when you recur them, I believe they will also deal 1 damage to everybody per creature. So this is a cool one. I have not yet to get this one off, but that's why I had to go and grab the Vidal Canori to do some sneaky stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Alright, so then we're currently running 39 land, 6 of which are non-basic. So we are currently running Crypt of Agadim, enters the battlefield, taps, add a black to your mana pool, tap 2, and tap, add black to your mana pool for each black creature card in your graveyard. So basically, after you use Death Aspect, you then use this to add a bunch of mana to then tutor or whatever you need to do your combos. Alright. Alright. So then we have Thespian Stage. Generally, I would target the Crypt of Agadim. It honestly doesn't really matter. I mean, you can copy a swap if you want. It doesn't have much targets in the deck. Alright, and then we have Myriad Landscape. Basically, it's a little bit of ramp. And we have Path of Ancestry, so we have a little scrying. It is a spirit theme deck. Alright. And then we have a Peat Bog. So Peat Bog comes into play with 2 depletion counters. Remove a depletion counter by tapping it. Peat Bog adds 2 black mana to your mana pool. If there are no depletion counters on Peat Bog, you sacrifice it. So basically, some ramp to get you into your stuff faster. And then we have Baron Moor, basically for the cycling. So basically, if you've hit your 6 mana or so, and say you're searching for a tutor or whatever, you can cycle it to draw a card. And then we are running 33 swamps.